So it's been decided. At the end of this season, Danny Graham will retire from professional football. I would offer him a contract as a coach, but if I'm going to move, I want him to come with me. Run the intro. That's right, folks. He's decided. He finally decided that he's going to give up playing and retire from football at the tender age of 35. What a career he's had. Look, his season isn't over with us just yet. But let's take a look back through the memories. Those 2 goals last season, that goal he scored, a penalty recently for me. What a life, what a man. He's the most relieved person in the world that Mario Balotelli didn't join. And while the Danny Graham news is relatively big, the bigger news is the SMS, well, message not received. A broken ankle, out for 2 to 3 months, which is, to me, feels like quite a short time to have a broken ankle injury. But yeah, broken ankle won't be available for a very long time. There's a big chance he won't play for the rest of the season. So it's not great news, is it, for us viewers? Luckily, Barella is a very good player. Sensi's a good player. And Asamoah, that box-to-box midfielder, you heard, the box-to-box midfielder can play if required in the midfield if needs be. So it's not all lost. It's not all lost, viewers. It's not all lost. It's partially lost. We've partially lost him. Now, since we last met, we've played through February. That's right. We've done it. And as the Champions League is not as big a deal, especially right now, right? In a few years' time, I'd quite like to win it again. So we'll go for it. I don't think it's as big a deal this year. That said, we are going to do it as the second episode, or the second match of the episode against Liverpool. We're 1-0 down over the first leg. We'll talk about it in just a moment. But before that then, Parma, 2-0 defeat. Cheers, Parma, lads. That was our game in hand, so we've done well there. 2-0 win over Torino, 0-0 against Sassuolo, not good at all. That Liverpool defeat then, 1-0, very, very frustrating. Fabinho missed a penalty in it as well. Mane got the goal. They're really quite good, and the fact we came out of it 1-0 down after the first leg, they've got the away goal, of course, so quite the battle is needed in this second leg. We've done it before. After that, Brescia and Atalanta both beat 1-0 and 2-0. Really good results, and clean sheets have been happening. 4 in the last 5 matches now. Only Liverpool, the team to score against us, if we're ignoring the Parma game, which I'm going to. Fiorentina today then, and Liverpool. Fiorentina not having the best of seasons. The league table, though, looks like this. Milan, 62 points. Ourselves are Inter on 60. If we win our game in hand against them, or our game in hand generally, we will go above them. That is the game that's about to happen, to be fair. They've drawn 0-0 versus Bologna, so that's big news for us. Lazio have 2 games in hand as well, though. If they win both of those games, they will go back to the top of the table. It's hotting up, viewers. It's roasting. It's so warm. It's hot. So hot in here. It's not hot, it's actually quite cool. The winter, for heaven's sake. Right then, 3-1 favourites. Big favourites. Let's introduce you to the team. A team that is getting more and more familiar. The big change, really, we've not talked about it too much, is that Anderson is playing far more at the moment than Diego Godin is. Godin's getting on a little bit, 35 now, certainly not as quick as he once was. Still very good. To have as a fourth, the fact that Godin's my 4th choice centre-back, I'll take that all day, every day. He's actually the sort of player that, like, if contracts run out and things like that, I would try and get him if I'm going to move. It's interesting. Some of the contracts that are set to run out, Handanovic, one of them. If Handanovic's contract ran out, I would love to have him as maybe a first choice, but certainly as a backup wherever I went. Wages might be an issue, but yeah, that would be really cool. So the back line then, the Fridge, Skriniar and Anderson at the back, Lazaro one side, Dene the other, of course, the big new winter signing, Pogba and Barella now in the centre. Barella slots in there perfectly, and arguably it's been better for me in this series than SMS has. Asensio ahead of them with Martinez and Christmas Icardi, who needs... It's March. Is it too early? No, sure it's not. Easter Icardi. There we go. So Easter Icardi and Martinez up front. Lovely. It's not too early, viewers. I don't want to hear it. We might also have Regen Day today. It's possible. We know I've got a few good ones coming through. A real golden generation, it said. We touched on it before. Let's hope it is. Adam Lallana starts for Fiorentina with Victor Moses on the other side. Right then. What's happening? Football's so weird. Lallana and Victor Moses against me. Me, Danny Graham and Andy Carroll. And it could have been Mario Balotelli and Timu Pukki. All right then, the games begin. Let's delve into victory. That's what we're looking for here. As the first highlight of the game, well, it goes the way of Fiorentina, whose form has been pretty indifferent, I've got to say. Like, we've been decent. We've lost the odd game here and there, don't get me wrong. But all in all, in fact, we've been pretty good. It's just, can we beat Milan and Lazio? I say it all the time, but this title race, it's getting hot, viewers. Dene's on the ball, just about keeps it in and keeps it in our possession, although he gives it away actually with his ball forward, but we do regain, and a lovely run from him on that left-hand side. Ball played in, Lautaro Martinez, and it should have been a goal 5 minutes in. I mean, thinking about what I'm going to do tactically with Inter for the rest of this season, and I don't think I'm going to change it all too much, but I think definitely going forward, I've got a very good defensive tactic. I think that's clear for everyone to see. It's not overly offensive. We don't hold on to the ball particularly well possession-wise. I've been looking through some of the stats, right? Our midfield, especially Pogba, has around sort of 40 to 50 passes per game. A player like Pogba, there's a reason his average rating and someone like SMS, it's a great finish from Dene, by the way. It's his second of the season. He's done that in a previous game over the course of February. He's done it again. An absolute banger. I want to keep talking about Pogba, though. The midfield aren't on the ball that much. That's really why I think average rating-wise, they are far lower than I expect them to be. It also limits the amount of chances we've had. We've talked about it before. What a finish, by the way. Oh, my goodness me. We've talked about it before, right? Some of the defenders that we've got have got a better average ratings because they're asked to do basically more defending. So with our more creative players, they have struggled to find a way to play game on game with consistency, having a lot of the ball. You can see most of our chances do come from those wide areas. I talked about it early in the season, right? Fullback to fullback was that's the thing that would happen constantly in this team. And I wonder in future teams, I'm not going to have such good defenders, I don't think, across the board. So it's something to bear in mind as Victor Moses hits the post. I am very aware of it. I'm aware that we play a defensive tactic, but we play a defensive tactic extraordinarily well. As that corner's played in, it's not particularly good, but we get it back. Lazaro again, as he comes into the penalty area. Oh, it should have been good there. Baragi plays for them. He was ours once. Adam Lallana driving forward. Oh, dearie me. Rafinha. Oh, well, the fridge does well. Pogba releases Lautaro Martinez. You can see a lot of the midfield work happens deeper. It's very, very common, as Lautaro should probably do better. We've got the lead. I mean, we're nearly at half-time. We're feeling good. We're looking good. The colour of this T-shirt is a little bit into Milan. We're loving life. It just works, viewers. As Dene, free kick, whipped in. Well, that looks like it could be a penalty. I think it will be. Anderson has been felled, and it's going to be a penalty kick. Lautaro Martinez to step up with it. Can he make it 2-0 at the perfect time, just before half-time? He can. Great penalty kick, and you can see there, viewers, we're top of the table once again. Actually, I say once again, this might be the first time this season. I'm actually going to check that. This might be the first time, Okay, no, we were there early season. We were looking pretty good. But since match day 9, we've not been there. We fell a little bit, and we're building our way back up again. And maybe towards the end of this, we can be back up there. And then probably finish third, much like we were at the start of the season. But good. Super start so far. There's Martinez's penalty. Really good penalty as well. The keeper's not getting anywhere near it. So at half-time, looking pretty good. That Dene finish was fantastic. I was talking about the tactical aspects of Paul Pogba, but what a finish. And you can see Pogba there, 6.4, 6.5. And I think throughout this series, I've been quite critical of low average ratings when it comes to our strikers and our central midfielders. SMS has been at the brunt of that, really. But I don't think it's their fault. I think really I've got to look at the system. I think the system sort of plays into that. They're not the players that I expect to have the biggest impact on games. I think our fullbacks, I rave about them. They're the players, I mentioned it before, they're the players that do most of the work, it feels like, in the system, whether it be goal scoring or assisting or just general link-up play. They're the key men, which is probably why all of you have told me to improve them so regularly. Spending 80 million on Pogba. I say spending 80 million on Pogba wasn't the right decision. That pass there was pretty sensational. Easter Icardi is much improved on Christmas Icardi. He scored from close range. It's a good start to begin with. Maybe Easter Icardi is the difference. That from Pogba, by the way. Oh, dearie me. Lazaro on that side. This is what I'm talking about, really. So important to our link-up play. And a slight challenge from Easter Icardi. The keeper's got egg on his face. Easter egg. Whatever, Ben. It's not remotely close to Easter, is it? And for most of us in real life, it's still Christmas. But in game, he's closer to Easter now. So I've gone with Easter Icardi. He was still called Christmas Icardi in March. So that wasn't ideal. There's Baragi on that side. We know he's dangerous. Him and Lallana combine as that can't be counting. No, I think he's been given offside, rightly so. Valhovic with the goal that doesn't count. Was this close at this angle? Who at Spotfoot Manager thought this was good? This isn't good. Just make it closer. Just make it. I didn't want. No, I don't want to record the clip. What use is the clip? 20 minutes to go. Of course, there's that point now where I consider making changes. Champions League game in midweek, as Handanovic claims. Is there anyone that's worth resting at this stage? I feel like fitness-wise, we're pretty good across the ball. I guess at left back. No, he's not one. Asamoah, box-to-box midfielder. There, he loves that. Yeah, he does. He loves that. I can't. I've got 3. Never mind. We're on the ball. Easter Icardi. Link-up play from Easter Icardi. You'll love to see it. Lazaro now on that right-hand side. Beats his man. And he might have won another penalty, Or it's just on the edge of the box. We'll go to VAR. And VAR say penalty. Another one for us. Lautaro Martinez with a chance for another goal. Baraghi got sent off against his old club as well. Oh, no. What an indignity that is. As Lautaro steps up, bangs it in. Lovely finish from him. Another goal in the game. And, he's looked rather good, admittedly from the penalty spot, but still good. Look at this, the keeper's bouncing up and down and dives out the way, bless him. 1 for Dene, 2 for Martinez and 1 for Icardi, and with 50 minutes to go, it could be 5 here. Again, it's quite a defensive tactic, but there are attacking qualities to it as Paul Pogba begins to race forward. The tackle comes in from Pedro, and I've got to say, Fiorentina have got to do something pretty special to get it out of this position and create a goal-scoring chance. You look there at this position here, there's not a lot going on for them. So the chances are, that was actually quite a good ball. Like I say, our chances of us winning it back pretty high. They're not really playing with a striker. Their number 9 sits quite far off everyone else. They're in on goal though. Rafinha, Handanovic with a save. They're not creating anything clear cut. You might say that was clear cut. I wouldn't say so. The game might have done as well. I'm not sure. Another chance for us though as Icardi brings this away. Switch of play. And wow, thanks for that, Football Manager. Asensio free kick. Not seen too much of him in the game so far. Is that another penalty? No, okay. Everything stopped in the penalty area. Everyone just froze as they brought it away. Pogba though nips in before anything can start really. They're still quite defensively set, Fiorentina, as Paul Pogba races forward. Asensio back on the ball again. I've said that there's not much creativity in this side. We might be about to see some. Anderson now. Beautiful switch of play. Out to Lazaro. Everything goes through the fullbacks. It really does. As oh my dearie me. Oh my dearie me. No, not Easter Icardi, isn't it? Sorry. God, I hope Summer Icardi's good. Shame I don't have him in the team at that point. 5 minutes left to go. And Paul Pogba is driving forward. Finds DeMarco, who's come on, of course, at left back. Doesn't quite convert. And that's as well. Lazaro's got a little knock. So Renzo's going to come on. If there's one player I don't want injured, well, it's him. Fiorentina have scored. It was a corner. They've headed it in. It's also unexpected, viewers. 5 goals in the game. Luckily for us, we've got 4 of them. As Handanovic is beaten by Pulga, who you might recall, I don't know if I did this in a video or not really. I very nearly signed him. Maybe primarily because he's Chilean. If you watched any FM19 stuff, you'll know that me and Chileans have got a special bond. But there we are, Inter 4, Fiorentina 1, and that game is done. Lots of shots for Fiorentina, but couldn't convert, and a very good victory for us. Now, we're 1-0 down. They've got the away goal. Liverpool in the Champions League as we look to defend our trophy. Can we do it again? Lazaro out for a couple of days, but should be fit enough to play. And the mind games from Jurgen Klopp and the boys, trying to talk up Martinez, get away from him. And some contracts offered out to Asamoah as well, who I'm glad's getting a new home. I treated him pretty disgracefully. Deary me. So after another weekend of fixtures, Lazio won their game. Roma are having a really terrible season, 11th there at the moment. And you can see them, we sit top of the table. Zebra and Lazio both have games in hand. Zebra can be far less impactful, but you can see now Lazio 62, Milan 62, ourselves 63. If Lazio win that game in hand, they are back above us. But hopefully it's against Zebra because that's a toughie. My assistant has suggested a team to pick for the Liverpool game. It's my team, is what he suggested. So I'm glad we're on the same page for that one. I'm still thinking around that time of year, as our backup fullback gets injured, I think Lazaro is going to be fine. Lazaro, is going to be fine, but not ideal, is it? Some big Champions League games here. PSG go through, as do Zebra, Mbappe, Neymar and Cristiano Ronaldo on the score sheet. 3 players that are quite good. 3 players I could potentially manage in the future. Probably not Ronaldo, but the other 2, yes please. I could deal with some of these big European boys getting knocked out and managers being massively under pressure, and then me turning up. Alright then, Milan will play Celtic, who drew 0-0 after the first one, ourselves and Liverpool then. We've got it all to do. We have to win by a couple of goals, otherwise we're out of here. Lazaro has fully recovered. Handanovic, of course, in goal. The team is going to remain exactly the same as it was for our recent 4-1 win against Fiorentina. And Andy Carroll and Danny Graham find themselves on the bench, because of course they do. Let's take a look at this Liverpool team then. They're not bad. That front 3 are somewhat familiar. In fact, the entire team's pretty familiar. It's basically the same Liverpool side with Grimaldo in for Robertson, and Varane is now playing for them. So that's really fun for us. Robertson on the bench, Origi, I would say Chamberlain, Jordan Henderson, and Milik as well. Gomez too. And Karius. Hopefully Alisson gets injured. That would make life a lot easier. We owe Liverpool after last time, of course. A 1-0 defeat, fresh in the memory. Can we get a couple of goals? An early goal for us This is game on. We're sitting more cautiously as well. This was basically my reaction to what happened in the last game. We played it against Fiorentina. Whether we can do it against Liverpool or not might be more of a challenge as Salah's corner is cleared by Skriniar. Of course, we've had some heroics against Liverpool in the past, in not just this series but others. It's whether we can do it again. As Asensio forward to Lautaro Martinez now, and can Easter Icardi rejuvenate himself? Maybe rise again? Maybe not. Liverpool come away with it, and they just move the ball quicker than other teams that I play against, especially in Serie A. Mane towards the byline, as somehow he's kept that. We clear it away, and it's whether we can beat Virgil van Dijk here. Martinez is run off it by Virgil van Dijk, who finds Mo Salah, and now this is where they could be quite dangerous. I mean, shooting from distance would be fine with me. I think we can probably handle that. Ball to the back post. Mane scores, 21st of the season. My arms have gone up in despair, viewers. I don't know what they're doing. They're just sort of trapped up here now, not knowing where to go with themselves. I mean, that's a goal that doesn't change too much, to be honest, because we still have to score 2. And if we do, we still go through. So it's one of them. My only worry now is that we're playing cautiously and we're letting Liverpool basically do whatever they want. Firmino's ball to the edge of the box. Naby Keita, another Liverpool goal. And all of a sudden, I don't know what the plan is. I feel like we might be about to have... I think our reign as Champions League holders might be coming to an end quite soon as Alexander-Arnold lashes one in. We are getting battered. I'll go more balanced, I guess. It's not working though, is it? No one in our team right now is playing that badly. It's just everyone's on sort of 6.6 and 6.7s, and Liverpool have scored 2 really nice goals. So as time ticks on, we've gone... I mean, not long before half-time. We've not really done anything. We've got a goal, we've got a free kick out to Dene on that side, back at Liverpool, I should say, as he finds Pogba. Those 2 players, of course, have got experience of playing Liverpool, but neither of them are having too much impact so far. If a goal before half-time occurs, though, that could be massive. We find Barella, who plays it back again, and it's whether we can create an opportunity. A big switch to the other side might be the ticket, and it finds Dene, who've got options in the centre. Paul Pogba, well, the 2 of them that I've just talked about combine. And maybe, just maybe, this isn't over yet. I wouldn't have planned it like this, though. Lovely ball out from Skriniar, out to that side. And you can see there Dene, as he trundles forward, Pogba, bang, into the back of the net. Decent finish from Paul. Oh, no. I thought just before half-time, we'd go in. You know, we'd consolidate our situation. Mane's trying to make it not as comfortable. We're not playing that badly. In terms of like average rating, I know Liverpool have had a lot of shots and a lot of chances, but we're not getting... It's strange. We're not getting absolutely hammered. In terms of clear-cut chances, we've had the same amount. So at half-time, that looks like we're getting dominated. I understand that. But in terms of, again, created chances, it's not been... they've not had loads of opportunities to score. Again, defensively, we're pretty good. We're also 2-1 down. So show me something else. Lautaro Martinez is demotivated. Well, he's got 25 minutes before a certain Danny comes on. Or maybe former Liverpool flame Andy Carroll. Who knows? Fabinho, Varane, Van Dijk. It's not a bad 3, is it? Salah on the ball as well. He's not terrible. As the ball across to Naby Keita, he's in so much space. He should have scored, really. I guess at this point we have to start to play a bit more positively. There has to be a moment where we kind of go for this. As Easter Icardi, he's managed to keep hold of the ball. If he can play it forward, Easter Icardi now, Pogba, surely not. Paul Pogba into the area. He's being tackled. Trent's done brilliantly, and he races away with it. The speed of Alexander-Arnold, blimey. How do you stop him? Someone stop him. And he goes for goal. How do you stop him? That's useful managerial advice. Have we got the manual? Get the manual out. What's going on? We don't know how to do it. Easter Icardi's having a pretty average game. Asensio is the player, though. I'm going to make the change. Andy Carroll is going to come on. I was going to do Danny Graham. I'm doing Andy Carroll. Target man attack. The 3 up front. We've done it before. We're doing it again. It's just how much can we get them involved? As that ball forward's not bad. Naby Keita in. And Handanovic makes a big save. I feel like we're not out of this yet. The next goal is basically the decider. Not the decider. It decides whether we're in or out. Fabinho to Grimaldo. They've still got a chance. They're coming forward. Handanovic with another big save. Liverpool have now had 30 shots. They're not bad. This would be a proper... If we score 2 goals in the next half an hour, the FMing that's gone on is through the roof. Okay, 20 minutes to go. We're going to have to start going more direct here. A little bit more width to our play. I've done this before as well. Again, still 20 minutes to go. Dene and Lazaro are going to move a little bit further forward. It's a proper 3-4-3 now away at Anfield. This is a bold strategy. Don't think it's going to pay off, but I mean, I'm going to try. We've basically gone 1-for-1 at the back as Mane has just decided, oh, we're doing that. Oh, okay, yeah, I mean, they're doing that. Oh, sure. And has scored. And I think, viewers, and this is going to be hard for me to admit, I think we might be out of the Champions League. I mean, it's not gone brilliantly out there for Skriniar as Mane just races past him. And I've got to say, that finish, it's not bad. I've not had any players for Inter that could do that. Yeah, it's now looking unlikely. I'd quite like another goal though, just to take home with me. Oh, go on, this could be it now. Penalty, referee. There's been a foul, whether it's in the box or not. He's going to go and check the footage. Great. Let's draw this out, shall we? As long as possible. If it's a penalty, 10 minutes to score 2. I think we all know it's going to be a free kick, though, don't we? Here he is, little yellow dot, and he's decided it was outside the box. He's having a word with Naby Keita, though. What's he going to say? Sorry for wasting your time? That'd be good. He gives him a warning. I'm so glad we got to watch that. We've got a free kick, though. I mean, Lucas Digne from there. Can he do it? Whipped into the back post. It's not great. We get there just about first. It's going to have to go back out wide. Pogba finds him. The chance is still there for us if we can get a goal from it. Barella now trying to do something. He's run off the ball. Origi's on as well. Origi's very cross. Just hammered it out of play. Lautaro Martinez. Naby Keita's run it off him. If he was on a booking, he might not have made that. But no, just a warning for him as Divock's on. And I've seen Liverpool absolutely destroy teams on a Football Manager this year. I worry that at 3-1, this could get a little more ugly as the ball across to Divock Origi, who, well, hasn't scored. Defensively, we've done well. Time's ticking away. Our Champions League exploits of last season are nearly over. Liverpool have got themselves another corner. They've whipped it in as Divock's there. Can we break from this maybe? Henderson's on as well. They've brought on the ultimate game changers to make sure this game is over as Grimaldo's shot just edges wide. They've had 43 shots. Like, I don't know if I could have done much differently. I'm playing quite a defensive formation, remember, as Pogba, chance, Andy Carroll, nearly, with a goal back at Anfield. I think the whole crowd would have enjoyed that. Maybe I should have brought Danny Graham on. Maybe that would have been the moment for us, but no. There it is, full time. To be expected, it was an uphill battle when they had the away goal, but 3-1 Liverpool, and we go out. I'm gonna be relatively calm. I'm gonna say, unlucky boys. It doesn't always go our way. We came to Inter and won the Champions League in our first season. This I could just about live with. 8 million as well to the Inter coffers. They'll be enjoying that. And of course, this is where it matters right now. We bought players to help us battle for the league, and so far, it's working out quite well. 10 games to go. I hope you'll join me then for the conclusion of the Serie A league title race. It looks like it's going to be a fun one. We love with care. From mentioned. Until next time, I'll see you again soon. Thank you for your likes and comments. I do really appreciate it, and I read and enjoy them all. Goodbye.